Young at Heart by Pam Young. Use your imagination to help getting organized. Many struggle with disorganization, as I once did. I was in nervous remission for years, but as time has passed, I'm not that nervous anymore. I don't let my messy tendencies get too far out of hand, and my home is never more than 15 minutes to company ready, and that's for the whole house. When every room is hours or days away from company ready, and I've been there, it can easily be overwhelming, and in that state of mind we can freeze, bust out of the place, or retreat under the covers. All those actions make things worse. I've thought a lot about that feeling of being overwhelmed, and I know it's a state of mind based on true facts and circumstances. But the good news is states of mind can be changed even when the true facts and circumstances haven't. In fact, if you're overwhelmed by a messy house, obesity, indebtedness, an inharmonious marriage, whatever, you have the power to change your mind right now and decide not to be overwhelmed. In fact, that's the best place to start. Once, a long time ago before I got organized, I was in a perpetual state of overwhelm, and I also was in a very bad marriage. My unhappy husband was a traveling salesman and was gone a lot. Since I had no clue how to be organized, I'd play all day with the kids, sew and watch TV, and then I'd clean all night and the next day to get the house back in shape before he'd come home. Once it was clean and company ready, I'd promise myself I'd keep it that way. But as soon as he'd leave, I'd go back to playing again and leaving out my messes. When my sister and I made a pact to get organized, I decided to pretend my home, 1,200 square feet in a very depressed neighborhood, was a penthouse suite on Park Avenue in New York City. In other words, I raised the value of the space in my mind from its real value, about $12,000, to $12 million. I added to the fantasy that I was to get this space spiffed up so I could sell it and move on. At the time, I wanted to move on in more ways than one. I wanted to find a way to get and stay organized, get out of my marriage, and get out of that house. Changing my mind about my circumstances gave me energy. I got really excited about making a change, and as I developed the system that gave me direction, I discovered peace. In the olden days, in small villages, there used to be a town crier, and each night he'd cry out, "It's 10 p.m. and all is well." How comforting it must have been to hear those words. We can use those words on ourselves now. Look at the time right now and say to yourself, say the time, and all is well. The reason behind wanting to be organized is that we want peace. We know that in that peace we can be more loving and more joyful. But guess what? Peace, love, and joy are states of mind, and they can be had regardless of our circumstances. Seek those states of mind, and you'll be amazed at how much easier getting organized will be. Adore who you are. Adore where you are. Adore who you're with.